Okie dokie, 10 really random questions, I tell you. Kind of geared for me, I do believe, by a friend. So I don't know if anyone's going to want to do this one or not. But anyways, what was the most funny road rage incident you have seen? Okay, this was really a long time ago when I was a kid, and we were at a place on Main Street that had drive-in food, and this guy just got absolutely irate with this other dude, and we had no idea why. So, you know, he's just getting all pissy, right? He's getting out of the car, he's screaming, he's ranting and raving. Dude gets out of the car, and he's about 7 foot tall, not a word of a lie, about 7 foot tall. He just towered over his car, and he looked like Conan the Barbarian, basically. He was just ripped, and he flexed his muscle and leaned on the car like this, and the other guy just literally ran back to his car and drove away. So that was a pretty funny road rage. Has there been a time you held your tongue when somebody was lying? Many times I've done that, basically. But you know, thinking it wasn't my place to tell them, basically. And most of the time, the other person would have just thought I was not telling the truth about it. So, you know, let them find out for themselves, basically. Would you rather be stuck in a room with Annabelle or Chucky? You know, I'm going to have to go for Chucky. I think Chucky would be easier to handle than Annabelle. What's the scariest thing you've ever seen, and where was? Okay, when I was a kid, I think about 8 years old, we were out past the edge of town, which wasn't all that far from where I lived at the time. The city has been built out really a lot since then. There's houses way past that area now. Anyways, there was a foundation. Stone foundation from when there was a house there really a long time ago. I'm talking, you know, one of the original settlers to the area. And there was a ghost that the three of us saw of a woman in a flowing white gown holding a baby. Found out many years ago that a woman died there in a fire while her husband was out trying to get help for the sick baby. So that was said. I have no idea if it was recorded any place or not. But yeah, that was out just out of town at the time. I think it's it's a golf course now. I can't think. What would your neighbors do if somebody broke into your place? They would probably not even notice. So, yeah, quite frankly, they probably wouldn't even notice. So, what's the craziest thing that you did at a sleepover? We played strip poker one time. There was like 5 of us. We played strip poker. Yippers! We didn't get completely naked, though. We just went to our underwear, but, you know, that was a pretty crazy thing for people under the age of 13 to do. So, yippers! During the lockdown, why did some people still wear their masks while they were driving alone? Just because they didn't want to take it off? They didn't feel like bothering to take it off? Too lazy, I guess? that's the only logical explanation I can come up with, because it does not make any sense that you're driving alone and you don't take your mask off. It just does not make any sense whatsoever, but I've seen it a bunch of times. What's the worst decision people make in a horror movie? I'm going to have to go with running upstairs, because they always run up the stairs instead of, out the front door or something. They run up the stairs, and it's always the end of them. So, if you if you've locked your keys in your car, what did you do? The only time I locked my keys in my car, which I did about 3 times, I had to get a wire coat hanger from somebody and break into my own car. It was a 1969 Meteor Rideau, and it was really super easy to break into, so it was not that hard to do. Yappers. What's an example of a fear you grew out of? Fear of the dark, basically. I used to be terrified of darkness, of really dark places. There had to be some light that I could see, or I would have been really upset about it when I was a really young kid. But by the time I was about 8, I had grown out of it. So, yeah. Yibbers! That's it, that's all. Have a fab-tacular day and keep smiling, yo!